Okay, I did a quick test run today of the Futureworks latest modification to Zwift, which is a boost mode. So as you can see here, there's three different forms of boost mode, which are shown on the left-hand side there. We've got some more detail on the next screen. But basically, you're giving up power to create a charge for later use. So you can see with the first one, efficient, you end up having to use 50 watts during your charge, and then you get 50 watts back for 90 seconds. So the second option is balanced, where you use 100 watts during the charge, and then you get 200 watts for 17 seconds. And in the final version, you drop 150 watts during charge, and then you get 500 watts for 5 seconds. So depending on your strategy, you pick each of those. The first one gets 4 lots of boost mode, the second one's only 2, and then the third is only 1 hit of the 500 watts. So here we go, we're about to start the event, and we're off. Okay, that was accidental to actually take the lead. And I pretty quickly think to myself, I don't particularly want to be out the front. So I've just backed off a little bit here and let everyone else sort of cruise on through. So this is just the first part of the ride. Someone's just taken off with a massive bolt there straight up. So it's always a bit frantic at the start of all of these Zwift races. There's no roll out and warm up. Everyone's already warmed up, ready to go, and then it's put the hammer down straight away. So we're cruising around here, and I'm about to have my first technical issue very shortly. So we're about 40 seconds into the race here, and we're just going to jump forward now a minute. So a minute 50 into the ride, and coming about 8 in the sort of the main sort of lead pack. And then, boom, they're all gone. And I'm certainly not leading the race here. So I've lost internet connection at this point. So very disappointed, kept on riding, but clearly I'm getting no draft anymore. So I'm just starting to drop back. So this is not boost mode. I've just sped the video up because I'm on my own here for, I think it was about 5 minutes all up. So I'm just keeping on pedaling, hoping to get internet connection back at some point. So Zwift can actually do this, can ride, but you're not going to have anyone else in the ride with you. So now we're about 5:30 into the ride, and boom, everyone's back. But clearly I've been dropped from that main lead group, and now sitting back in 23rd position. But that's no real big deal. So I just cruising along, and at this stage haven't done any charging, but that time where I wasn't connected to Zwift has clearly had an impact on how they normally manage the charge mode and stuff. So just cruising past him about 6 minutes, just jump forward about a minute here. So I'm going on to my first charge cycle. You can see up on the top left there that it's saying I'm minus 50, so it's still indicating the watts I'm creating, but in effect the game is only seeing that I'm doing 240 to less the 50, so I'm sort of slowing down. And you can see the first sector is being charged up. Now this also isn't normal. I think this has got screwed up when I was offline because it's only filled that first sector. So in the event I did last night, it actually filled up the whole 4 sectors on my first attempt, or first charge I should say. So I'm just hit the button again to continue to charge here. But normally I think what happens is you actually fill up all 4 sectors on the first time, and then once you've used those, you can then basically charge a single sector at a time, so you don't have to commit to a full 4 sector charge. So I'm still just charging away here. And you can see over on the right hand side in that panel there where you've got the 2 upward green arrows, that's people actually using their boost modes. So you can kind of get a bit of a heads up if someone's charging through. So I'm just trying to draft off this guy because I'm using up 50 watts just to charge. So I'm trying to hang on to him so I don't drop back too far. So it was good that he came along. I think he's actually charging too. That looks like he is actually. There's a little orange symbol next to him as well. So he's clearly gone onto charge mode as well. So he's probably thinking the same thing. Hang on to me, so we can both sort of at least keep moving along a bit. Okay, so I'm now fully charged. As you can see, all 4 sectors are up and running. And this stage is the first time that I've lost Bluetooth. So I lose it 3 times in this event, and at which point after the third one I gave up. But yeah, I'm still pedaling here thinking, why have I lost it? You can see the heart rate monitor is still connected. So I've got both Bluetooth and ANT Plus devices connected here, but it's the trainer has totally dropped out. So I'm essentially dead in the water at this stage. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here and whether or not, because I'm still pedaling away, thinking that it might actually reconnect on its own, but it's not doing that. So I've eventually decided that I'd better jump into the menu and reconnect these devices and hopefully get back underway. But people are just whizzing past me at this stage, so a bit slow here, but eventually I've decided to jump into the menu and get it back into the pairing screen. And you can see no signal on the power source and the cadence, but the heart rate's still ticking along okay. And off we go again. And I actually think that I don't think I actually pressed that button to get going, but it's actually now starting to use up my first power, and of course I've lost Bluetooth again. So I'm now got 0 power, and basically I'm just skidding along using the power mode. So I suppose it's thinking I've got essentially 50 watts and that's it. That's why I'm still moving, but not pedaling. So it's not actually, I haven't got any of my own power there. So I quickly connected again and got back in. This is starting to get fairly frustrating at this stage, as you can imagine. And now here I go, I'm taking off, and yeah, not even pedaling, but I'm cruising off, which is good. So, but you can see now power is back on, and eventually the avatar will start pedaling again. There we go. So yeah, I think I've used 3 sort of power boost modes there without really getting too much benefit from any of them. Anyway, so I just that's kind of really it. That gives you a bit of an insight. But as I say, really the you need to normally you would charge up the full sector on that first time, and then that, which is all 4 elements, and then subsequent to that you can basically charge each individual element, you know, one at a time kind of thing. So it doesn't mean you're not committing to a very long charge up after that first one's been done. So yeah, quite good fun. Just disappointment that the first 2 times I've done it, I've had issues with streaming and dropouts and computers going to sleep on me. So I haven't quite got to one whole race of no issues, no technical issues anyway. So yeah, fun. Okay.